Motivation for the book was threefold, in that primarily the idea had been percolating in the back of my mind for a while as I began coming to terms with consequences of my own choices. And secondly, I would say 21st century conflict zones such as Syria and Zimbabwe compelled me to add voice to the issue, particularly as it pertains to women and children. Lastly, I would say the global outcry on immigration policy reform in countries such as the United States of America, and more recently the standoff between local and foreign nationals in South Africa. What the readers can expect from the book is a light but informative read on a subject matter that is universal as well as topical. The book is also deliberately non-adversarial and non-controversial because the aim is to educate and raise awareness primarily. And the story really centers around the life of a little girl growing up in enclaves of the continent due to her own parents' activism. The unique complexity of her existence is then contrasted by the dystopia and human carnage on the other side. Well, the book targets primarily, I would say, African history enthusiasts because it goes some way in redressing the erasure of the African female voice as well as her role through the centuries of violent pillaging in Africa. The book attempts to place that role at the center stage by adding contextual perspective to help piece together a collective narrative. In many ways, it is a gift to my younger siblings, the African girl child, as well as future generations. The book also targets the lives indirectly or directly impacted by the subject matter. I hope they can relate to the story and derive value. The book also targets policymakers, institutions of learning, as well as activists. For each of those groups, I would say the book carries a very specific message. Well, you will notice that there is this big dearth when it comes to African female control of her personal narrative. And this is the case for multiple reasons. I decided to venture on this independent passion project crusade without the appropriate support to help raise awareness on the range of pertinent issues at play. And this certainly has not been an easy journey. I am grateful though to forward-looking brands like Amazon for their platforms, but they're certainly growing brands in that there are gaping barriers to entry still, especially on the distribution and cost of production. I'm working on the establishment of a strategic partner network for the global launch series of the book, which kicks off in February of 2020. This includes the upcoming pre-launch in SA. Going forward, I wish to extend an official invitation to organizations interested in helping further the cause. I have already been approached to do 2 future co-authoring projects, which will be duly communicated on my online platforms. Otherwise, my professional work has to continue.